Destiny, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I thought I would talk about my top 8 fragrances that smell like spring. So we are now in spring season, and if you don't know, spring and summer are my two favorite seasons for fragrances because I love florals. I love anything fresh and citrus. So this is, I feel like, my time to shine in terms of fragrances. So if you're just like me and you love spring and summer in terms of fragrances, I have some amazing, gorgeous fragrance to show you guys. So if you want to see what those are, please keep watching. But before we do, my name is Destiny. I make content related to fragrance, beauty, and fashion. So if that is something that you're interested in, I hope that you would stay here and join the family and comment down below. So let's get into these spring fragrances here. Please make sure you also follow me on my social media handles. I post on TikTok and on Instagram. So if you ever want to keep up with me, I am over there sometimes. So let's get into these spring summer fragrances, these florals, and yes. The very first fragrance I have here is from Diptyque, and this is called Do Son. You have to like the notes of tuberose and jasmine in order to really appreciate this fragrance. So this is a very white floral heavy perfume. So you get a lot of jasmine and a lot of tuberose. You also have some iris, pink pepper, and rose in here. But to be quite honest, I don't really get those as much. I definitely don't get the pink pepper, and I don't get that. Actually, I actually do understand the iris because there's something a little bit powdery in there, but for the most part, it definitely smells more like a realistic jasmine and tuberose type of scent. So to me personally, I know that some people say that, like, tuberose or jasmine, they can lean a little bit more mature. This to me smells very realistic of both of those white florals. So if you are a white floral fan and you love white florals and you want something super realistic, this is definitely the fragrance for you to check out. It smells exactly like blooming flowers and stuff like that. So this is why I feel like this definitely belongs in the fragrances that smell exactly like spring, because this one does to me. So again, if you like white florals, you're definitely going to love this fragrance. And if you don't, you will not, because it's very white floral dominant. The next one I have here is one from one of my favorite houses, and this is from Byredo, and this is La Tulipe. And this smells like a rainy spring day. This smells exactly like the name describes, like a tulip, and I mean the it's super floral. It smells like the stem, the leaves, the flower, everything. This smells so pretty, and there's something a little bit cold in there. So it definitely smells like a rainy spring day to me, and all the flowers are blooming. This is so incredibly like pretty and elegant, and I feel like you can't not like this scent. You just might find it boring, but I personally love when florals smell like they are growing out of the ground and you can smell realistic florals. I love that type of scent. I think it's so incredibly pretty and you could never go wrong with it. In here you have some woody notes. There is some rhubarb and freesia. So I can understand where the rhubarb comes because it has a little bit, not too much, but just a slight bit, tanginess and tartness, but not too much. But to me, just off the bat, it just smells like a really fresh tulip. Again, the stems, the leaves, the whole 9 yards, and it smells like wet tulips. So this to me, again, super pretty, super gorgeous, really elegant, really good for a warm spring day or a cold and rainy spring day. So if you want to check out La Tulipe, I will leave it down below. And again, for the girls that are like me and love realistic florals, this is the one for you. So the next fragrance I have here is one that's one of the oldest ones in my collection. This is Chloe, the EDP version, just the original one. This is so I actually don't wear this as much, but I keep it for like nostalgic purposes because I wore this fragrance almost every single day in college. So I love having this bottle, and sometimes I will spray it every now and then. but it's just a scent that I still love, but I think I've like overdone it. And I have other fragrances as well, but it's one that I feel like is an absolute classic that you could just not go wrong with. This has peony, lychee, and rose in it. So I can see where the lychee is because again, there's something tart in there, but the peony and the rose, I feel like are the most dominant in this fragrance. So to me, this one is a lot more youthful. So this is definitely such a pretty youthful type of fragrance. It is so beautiful, so rosy, so good, and really feminine. Like I'm not sure if you could see how pink my sweater is, but this smells like the sweater. Like it smells like what the sweater looks like that pink, really girly, really feminine, really youthful, really pretty. So if you're a fan of peony, if you're a fan of lychee, rose, this is one that you're going to like. And I like the fact that I feel like anyone can wear this, but it has a very youthful feel to it, a youthful smell to it. So it smells incredibly pretty. Oh, it is so good. Like every now and then I smell it and I go, oh my gosh, it smells so good. And I will say, like, the longevity in the sillage is amazing because I used to get like almost every single day. When I used to wear this in school, I used to get a compliment every single time. So I know for sure this one lasts. This one is a huge compliment getter. Because when I used to wear it, I used to get the most compliments. So I love this one personally. It is such a great one for spring and summer. So you can use any of the ones I'm talking about and take you into summer as well, which is great. But this, I used to wear this in the dead of winter and I used to get so many compliments as well. So, this to me, because I love florals, I feel like you can wear florals all year round, it doesn't matter. But this is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so this one is another Byredo, but this is Bal d'Afrique. So, this is a fruity, fresh citrusy type of fragrance. So, to me, it smells kind of like a pineapple cocktail. This smells, you guys, like lemon. It's a little woodsy. You also have, there's vetiver in here, there's musk, there's amber, there's cedar, lemon, bergamot, blackcurrant. So lots of juicy fruits going on, and that's the word that I feel like describes it the best. It is juicy, fruity, and elevated. So it is not your normal juicy or fruity fragrance. Like this is fruity, but like elegant and sophisticated. So this, if you don't like fruity scents, you're going to love this one the best. I think that no matter who you are, you're gonna, even if you don't love it, you're gonna be able to appreciate it because it's so well done, and it just every time I smell it, it makes me happy. It's like a burst of sunshine, a burst of fruits. It's so well blended and so beautifully done. And I think whether it's a little bit cold outside or really, really hot outside, I think you can get away with this fragrance and smell amazing the entire day. This is really good. And I know people don't talk about this as much. Like, I feel like the hype kind of came and gone, but I still think no matter what, Bal d'Afrique by Byredo is such a beautifully blended fragrance. And you cannot go wrong with this for springtime. Okay, so the next fragrance I have here is one of my favorite houses, and this is Mason Francis Kurkdjian, and this is, I believe it's pronounced Aqua Vitae. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is such an interesting fragrance to me. So this is vanilla and citrus mixed together in like such just like such a good way. So it has a little bit of sweetness from that vanilla, but you get like I'm not sure if it's lemon or bergamot, but there is a fresh burst of citrus that you get throughout this fragrance. And it's tied so beautifully with that vanilla in the base. So for springtime, I think this is amazing because there's sometimes where spring is really, really cold and other times where spring is really, really hot. And I think this merges those best of both worlds in a fragrance. And it's one that I absolutely cannot stop smelling. It smells so good. I know there's like another version. I think it's like a little bit it takes the vanilla up a notch. This is just the EDT version, but I love this one much. If you could see, I've actually made like a dent in it. Can you see that? But on spring days, even in the wintertime, I used to wear this, but now that it's kind of warming up to spring and summer, I'm reaching for this a lot more. And I'm a person that I do like vanilla, but I've realized I like more of a green and fresh vanilla. And this is one of those fragrances that I feel like does vanilla where it's not giving you like a headache or it's like super overly sweet. The fact that it has a citrus in there is amazing. And I think if you don't love citrus, it's because you feel like it smells like cleaning product, because I hear that a lot. It's the citrus being tied in with the vanilla. You cannot not like this fragrance. You don't love really sweet vanilla and you don't really love like citruses that smell like cleaning products, this fragrance you're absolutely going to love and enjoy. And if you like gourmands, but you're looking for something that's a little bit more spring and summer appropriate, I would still check this one out. Get a sample though, because it's not as gourmand and sweet as like other fragrances for summer, but it's a good one where I feel like it's the best of both worlds. So if you guys have tried this fragrance, let me know. I don't hear a lot of people talking about it, but I think it's so beautifully done, and I think that Mason Francis Kurkdjian makes some of the best fragrances, and I'm obsessed with this house. Okay, so the next fragrance I have is from Giorgio Armani. This is from the Privè line, and this is called Rose Milano. So this again is a very floral rose dominated fragrance. There's kind of a theme here. I love rose and I love florals. But this to me is like a more of a warm green woody rose. So there is rose in here and there is the note of patchouli in here. So I believe the fact that there's patchouli in here and great for the springtime. So the very last one is one that I always say smells like what I imagine a Disney princess would smell like, and this is Dama Bianca by Xerjoff. This smells like unreal. This is so pretty. It's soft, it's sweet because there's a note of vanilla in there. It's a sweet, juicy type of fragrance, but it comes off so incredibly feminine and pretty that, oh, this smells like a dream. It smells like a dream. It's really, really sweet. And I know in the summertime and the springtime, I know all the girlies love this. And if you're a gourmand girly and you're looking for like a spring gourmand, this, out of everything I'm showing you, this is the one that is definitely going to give you spring gourmand. It definitely smells edible, but not like you just smell like a straight up fruit. It's definitely more on the edible side, but an edible, gorgeous, like, is that her? Is that her? Does she smell like that? Like, does she smell like that in real life all the time? Like, what is that smell? That's exactly what the fragrance is. So there's kumquat, lime, vanilla, lilac, musk, ambret, and cedar. So there's so many notes in this fragrance, but it's so incredibly blended. It's definitely very creamy, very milky, sweet, a little bit powdery, a little bit juicy, a little bit fruity. So it's like everything combined in one to smell like a gorgeous, gorgeous Disney princess. Because that's exactly what I feel like. I feel like this is what a Disney princess smells like because it smells just so unreal. Like who smells like this every day? Like, whoever made this fragrance, just like, oh my God, amazing. But if you haven't got your nose on Dama Blanca, definitely check out, like, get a sample. But I haven't heard anyone say that they don't like this fragrance because I think it's somehow mass appealing, that everyone could like it, but niche enough where it's not something that you smell day to day. Well done, so creamy, so gorgeous, so elegant. So if this is one that you're interested in, I always leave little sample sites down below. I don't get any commission or anything. It's just I find it easier if I'm ever talking about a fragrance and you actually are interested and you want to not buy the full bottle, but try it, because I always recommend, please always try a sample before blind buying anything. Don't waste your money in case you don't end up liking it. But if it's something you're interested in, I leave 3 different sample sites that you can get down below that you can get any of the things I'm talking about here. So again, this is Dama Bianca by Xerjoff, and this is so good for spring. So those were all of my top 8 spring fragrances I had to show you. I don't have anything like that's in particular order. There's no like top 1, number 8. They're kind of just numbered however, but when I think of spring, if I had like a fragrance tray, this would be on these 8 would be on my fragrance tray. I hope you guys really like this video. I'm so interested to know what you guys are liking or what you're wearing for spring. I would love to know. I'd love to know what you guys are wearing or liking or even not liking. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will put my social media handle somewhere. I post on TikTok and Instagram if I didn't say that in the beginning. And I will see you all in my next one. And happy spring. Bye.